February 22nd, 2025 at 5 p.m. If we could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First things up, we're going to open up the National Grid public hearing for Pine Ave utility poles. So,
Floor is yours.
Yeah, so 170 Pine Ave, they want to get power to their new house. We're supposed to extend the pole line, 2 more poles, and go on to their property, 170.
okay, so this just got handed me a second ago, so I'm just trying to see where the proposed pole.
So the existing pole will cross over, I believe that's still in the town take, 175 feet, and then 1 more pole, the anchor on the town take. That anchor, I believe, will be on the private property. I got an easement for that.
And what private property is?
Well, it's 180, yeah, that's all, that, like, the fair,
Okay.
yeah. This is all, he has all 3 of these. The driveway's down here and comes in like that.
So this is going down the dirt?
Yeah, this,
Oh, that's court. That's the driveway to court.
Yeah, because that is not town property going down through there.
oh, I was told that this is all on the map, my state map, it appears to be,
It was a paper road, but it's not a town accepted road.
Mm-hmm.
oh. So I did it as a town road, because it,
Yeah, just
state
so I don't,
map showed me, that's what I interpreted it as.
Think it's gonna make a difference?
Is there, any of the?
'cause I don't believe, Jen, do you know anything about this proposal? Because this was the power for her property.
Hi, I'm Mike's wife, Jen.
Oh, hi.
He is unfortunately at home with stomach bug, so I have him on speakerphone. He said that we should, he thought that everything was okay as far as where they were going. He didn't say anything to me that they were on that spot, but.
So who owns the right of way then? That would be if it's a paper road, the town would still own it, I would think.
I believe that was put on the Dorman Nicholas property. But the town doesn't own that road.
Okay, well,
As far as I know.
That's correct.
Okay. Because actually, she was a previous property owner of these lots here.
on the other side of the,
No, she owned them prior to.
So I don't know if this is. I don't
well,
know
it
if this
would
is
be either
something-
be, I mean, these 2 or this one, we could, could have Mike cut some more trees and just move the poles. It's very close, just put it on their property.
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be like a town decision on that.
Right, well then I would have to just change I already have an easement just for that anchor, because it's, there wasn't a,
How far offset from the road are they gonna be? You know?
they were pretty close to where the tree line was, 'cause there was no marked lines, I just, it's
Ballpark, yeah.
being the property owner, so I talked with Mike about it.
The barn is about 40 feet from that spot. We gave it like a look, because I know it's like a 30-foot variance for
Mm-hmm.
it. And then so we went a little bit further over, but it's pretty close enough where it's going
It's
to.
not like,
The barn.
the problem is you're not.
Right,
they're not
yeah, I
gonna
know,
be
I
able
drove
to-
up there
But
yesterday.
these aren't,
to see
this is
that.
in our property.
And my stakes
No,
are
but
still in the
if
ground.
If they push this, basically, if they were to push these back, and they basically, if Mike had to clear cut a little more,
Yeah.
basically on the front.
And without a
Do you
survey,
think there'd be issues if you guys had to cut basically farther in to offset them even that much more off the road, or no? I can't imagine it'd be.
No, I mean, we can work however we need to, if we need to do something.
it's who determines
definitely.
the line, that's the,
They'd be
Yeah.
on our land, the poles.
Yeah, they would.
right, and then I have changed the easement, so the poles are on your property. Right now I have them on the right of way, which I
Where-
assumed was town.
They're on your land now, right? They would be on the way that diagram shows.
Yes,
Yes.
it's all on our property.
Yes, that's all on their property already. It would be on their property, the poles.
What do you mean?
I just don't know how that works.
According to my
I
diagram,
need to show you
I
what you probably have
assume
in front of you.
the right of way
Right.
is town take. I put 1 acre on their property,
Yeah.
got an easement for that.
So you got an anchor out here?
Yeah, that was gonna be the dead end anchor, so it'd still be in
Yeah.
that right of way.
So would there be a way to push that back?
Yeah, I mean, but who,
I just
How
don't,
far?
well,
you know, there's,
He said it was deemed legal in the 70s, so
that's right.
A lot of stuff wasn't Clarksburg in the 70s.
I'm just questioning because it's not a town accepted road, or the town doesn't own it, so I'm not sure how, like, approving something that's not on town property is my concern with
because
that.
that's a paper street.
yeah.
Well, if you make the adjustments though, and it's just offset more, and it's fully on their property, then I don't think there's really not an issue, is there?
Right, because
Yeah, does the town even need to vote on it if it doesn't have anything to do with our property?
then you wouldn't have to, yeah.
Yeah, that's my concern, I don't wanna make
I
a
just
vote.
adjust my
vote to
easements.
approve
Yeah,
it.
simple fix, John.
I'll just adjust this sketch and put the poles on
On
their
their,
property.
yeah, that way there's
And then
no,
adjust the then we'll get easement from you guys and.
I
that
think
is
that's the
done.
way to go.
Okay.
Well, there wouldn't be anything to vote on tonight then,
No.
because we don't have to,
No, because if they're gonna move them back and change the easement, and it doesn't have anything to do with us.
Don't
it's
have to
on
worry
their
about it.
property.
yeah, I believe so,
Any other comments?
Well, I'll ask our legal person, who owns the Pine Ave, that extension, or,
Are you in a big hurry for those poles?
What's that?
Are you in a big hurry for the poles? Or is it Grid that wants to get them set?
Were you
we
guys
would
planning
like
on
to do that
setting
as
them
soon as we
in
could
coming weeks,
get it
or?
going, but I
yeah, we
Well,
will be
how
done
how-
as soon as,
I'm just wondering, would it make sense to postpone for 2 weeks to your next meeting?
but do we even have to,
I don't think we're
Vote
gonna have to,
anything
I don't think
on
we're gonna have to if it's not on town
yeah, if it's not
property.
on town property, we don't
Yeah,
have
but
anything
to
to
the
say on
engineers,
it.
they have no problem moving it back. You gotta cut some trees, a little bit of tree.
Yeah.
So,
Then it
if
doesn't
you,
need to come
if
in
you
front
guys
of
would like
us.
to expedite the process, I'd
Yeah.
advise that.
Yeah, that
just
won't slow the
move it back a
process
little more,
down.
And it's fully on your property, and you can. do as
My
you please.
concern is where this is right here.
Mhm.
That's my only concern.
What do you mean, the anchor?
Your anchor, yeah, where your anchor is.
Yeah, but if they move them back, it's not gonna matter.
No, it's not gonna matter, no.
Yeah. So. I think it's
I didn't
simple,
see it, so I wish I could see it.
simple fix.
Okay, so,
I don't think there's
so
anything
it's
really
not
to vote
approved
on.
because it's that,
Yeah, because there's no, I don't wanna say, there's nothing to, I feel there's nothing to approve on our end because it's not on town property.
okay.
It's all private property.
Yeah,
So
it's
there's
all
no
private.
action for the town.
Yeah.
So then probably half the that right of way would be either side of the road, like they own.
I think that,
And
I think that paper street was used in case the town had to get down in there. Was that the reason for that paper street?
so
Yeah, but
that's
they
the
never,
case,
they
if
never
half
did
of
though.
the right of way is on your property and half is on the 237, 201, we wouldn't have to move them anywhere, they're on your property. Just, you wouldn't have to cut any more trees, that's would be my thought on that. I'll ask, I have a legal person who
Yeah.
does all the
Okay.
research.
So just make sure you're okay on your end, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't see the town needing to, approve anything on this with it not being on town property. But,
Right.
if I'm wrong on that, definitely bring it back in front of us and we can rediscuss it.
Yeah, our person there, she's a paralegal, she knows how to do all the research, she does deeds for
Yeah, that's fine.
most of Massachusetts. So she'll know exactly who owns it, and we have to move them over a couple feet, I'll mention,
Definitely.
and they'll have to cut a few trees.
Alright.
I'll just adjust my sketch.
Perfect.
All right,
Great,
All right, thank you.
awesome, well, thanks, have a good day, everyone.
you too.
Thank you.
Any other discussion, then close it.
Yeah, does anyone have any discussion on the National Grid polls? Okay,
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
second, all in favor? Okay.
Aye.
Alright. Alright. So, we don't have to act on anything because it's not town property.
Yep.
So next up is Animal Control Officer update.
Okay, I talked to Mr. Williams. He said he has crates and a catch pole. I need access to those. So
Okay.
if there's ever a call, I need
Yeah.
access to those.
Yeah, I'm assuming, do you say where they were? Are they in the garage?
They're in the garage.
Gotcha, okay, so maybe we can get you a key to the garage so you can access that stuff when you need it? Would something like that work for you?
Yep.
Okay, right.
Um,
perfect. I'm not, so Mike is here during the day, so I gave you his email address, I believe,
yep, I
right?
got everything.
All right, perfect. If you
Yeah,
wanna give him a call, shoot him an email and just, maybe one day you can swing in or, he can show you where they are and give you a key to the garage.
Okay. And I had a call back on December 26th. Without any identification, person really didn't want to have a conversation with me.
Okay.
But he did when I called him by his name and everything. He did have a conversation with me. But I'm thinking maybe a sweatshirt like you made for the town of Florida, that's made for the town of Florida, or anything that tells them that on the animal control.
Animal control.
Yeah, I'm fine. We have money in the budget anyways, don't we?
Yeah.
Still remain?
Yeah, she should have something anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
absolutely.
need something official saying,
Yeah, no, that's fine.
instead of going on someone's
Yeah.
property, like,
Okay.
he was hesitating.
Yeah,
It's even a sweatshirt, maybe some business cards or something in case someone asks and you
Right,
follow up
right.
with questions, yeah.
That,
Fine with that.
and,
Yeah, I went up there,
in case a dog or a cat is injured, or we have to take the animal for neglect case, is there an animal hospital that you guys use? Is it something I would talk to Mike Williams?
I would talk to Michael on that.
Okay,
I think they have that shelter there across from McCann's school now. I don't know
well, that's.
how that, it's
No,
just it's
that's
like
no
a,
pause up behind, that's a
okay,
shelter, I'm
okay.
talking about an animal hospital, in case it's
I don't know,
injured, they
yeah,
have to be seen.
Yeah, I'd probably follow up with Chief
Mike
Williams.
will,
Yeah.
will have to.
Okay,
I would assume it's Greylock Animal Hospital,
Yeah.
but I could be wrong on that.
okay,
Making-
okay, because if it is, it would need, your approval to have an account over there,
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, if you wanna check with Mike and see what he
Okay,
did
yep.
previously on that.
and he's here during the day, you said?
yeah,
Every day?
Certain hours, I don't know if he has quite set hours, but he is in
I
now.
can call and just leave a message and he can just call me back.
yeah.
Probably, yeah, probably be best.
I'll get back to you.
I think that was it, just those three things,
Perfect.
Right.
easy.
Easy's good.
Where I live up on Fordham Mountain, people come out with, guns, and I prefer not to have
No worries,
with no identification.
Yeah.
no worries.
Yeah,
I'll work on
understand.
that. I'll make a note right now. We'll work on getting you, some identification for that.
What do you have here too? You never know.
Okay,
Appreciate it. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, next up on the agenda is Agricultural Commission.
Hi, that's us. Martha Tanner, Trish Wilson. We have some stuff for you guys. Here's one for Bob too, but I can just.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here, you get one too. So I kind of took a hiatus over the summer because, well, it's summer and we're farmers and we're busy. But we kind of got back to it. We just designated Clarksburg the farmland of local importance. It is kind of like the pollinator distinguishing for your town. It's similar for like agricultural soils and lands, and we have lots of valuable soil here. And it's really important that we need to, I guess, represent them and protect them. So the first few pages talk about that. Just basic information on what it is. What, you guys want copies? I can email it too. The page that starts the farmland of local importance for the town of Clarksburg is our actual designation through the USDA. It identifies all of the good soils that we have in this town, saying what they're good for and how they promote agriculture. So we signed that in 2 weeks ago?
yeah.
2 weeks ago. So we are officially a farmland of local importance community. It's really nice.
Excellent.
Another thing we wanted to talk about was our Chapter 61, 61A, and 61B listings. They are, so I wasn't able to print this, but this kind of gives you a definition of what each chapter is. So 61A is forestry, 61 is forestry, 61A is agriculture, and B is open space and recreation. So in our town, we have a pretty good amount of 61 properties. They're really valuable. They definitely add a lot of value to our property, to all of our properties. So in total, there's 559 acres in 61 management through the state. There's one APR, which is a state designation. The state actually owns that piece of property, and that's 64 acres on Wood Road. The old North Adams Country Club is in a private trust, which somehow has a connection to an APR. I don't know how that really works, but I saw that listed today. And Many Forks Farm is in an agricultural covenant, and they're 20 acres. So it's about 9% of the total town acreage is in agricultural.
I'm trying, man.
No, I was just saying, sounds like.
No, I know, it's my watch.
Oh, gotcha.
Keep telling you to-
I'd say that. It's all good.
Yeah, so about 9% of our town is farmland. So I think that's kind of
Yeah.
considering like half of our town is owned by the state, another 10% is agriculture. So I think it's important that we're doing these things to protect it and promote it. That's it. That's kind of what we're doing.
That's great, Chad.
All right, excellent.
Does anybody have any questions about it? Or?
No, not at this time. I don't have any questions myself at this time, but I'll definitely give this a good read and
Awesome.
looking forward to learning more about it.
We're also doing the Clarksburg Agricultural Commission. We're trying to do an event series. We're calling it the Circle of Friends. We're gonna have speakers, well, I shouldn't say that, our community will speak. So Tricia's gonna talk about local herbs and medicine. I'm gonna do a gardening question and answer, just general, if people have questions how to grow things or how to trim things. And then Angela Alexander is gonna talk about raising rabbits for sustainable living. We just don't have a place to hold this yet, and we were wondering if we could hold it here.
I got a suggestion for you.
Yes.
If you guys don't mind, but the senior center, the community center, I think that's something, if you talk with Lauren over there.
I already did,
And what
and
did
she
she
said we can't do it there.
It was
Because it's
her.
not kind of sponsored by the senior, or it's not part of the senior
Whoa.
center. And
But
she
yeah, but
gives,
technically, it's a community center.
Yeah.
well, maybe you could talk to her about it, because I did talk to her
I will.
about it on Monday.
Yeah, because that was my first thought, that'd be a good
Yeah.
fit for it.
That's originally where we were hoping to hold it, but
Yeah, you got parking
we
there,
can't
you
do
got
it
stuff.
here,
I'll
So
check.
we flat out just told no?
Well, she said, because she's like, oh, boy, if I say yes to you, then all these other people are gonna come at me wanting to use the senior center for
So
things that are not
our-
associated with the senior center.
Our agricultural commission wants to use a town facility.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
if you guys could talk to,
Yeah.
I don't wanna,
I'll
you know,
speak.
No, that's,
you
yeah.
know, maybe she's
Yeah,
not
I'll-
aware, whatever.
Yeah, I'll speak to her and see what's going on and Bob too,
Okay.
but,
yeah, I can give you this.
yeah,
This
that'd be
is
great.
like
That'd be great. And,
the basic information on
and
this.
just,
Yeah.
I'll get back to you, you can just call me here,
Okay.
okay? Leave a
Sounds
message,
great.
if I don't answer, I'll get back to you.
Perfect.
I don't wanna throw Lauren under the bus.
I don't
No,
know.
no, no, no.
That's just how she talks.
Good question?
Did you guys talk to Dan at the library too?
About
I
what?
mean, you have that back room, it depends on how you want the setup. But there's the back room at the library you can use as well, if it's that big of a deal, talk to Dan.
Okay, that's a great idea, thank you.
Yeah, I could do that.
How many people do you expect at the event?
We have
Oh,
no idea.
maybe- But you know what, I'll talk to Dan tomorrow,
Yeah, that's
using the
good.
library
Yeah.
room. That might be kinda good and more community, blah, blah, blah.
Good idea.
Well, just let us know if Ron needs to talk to Lauren, we can
Okay,
facilitate
yeah.
that way.
We will, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Berkshire County Retirement.
I was saying, that you or you?
Yeah, go ahead. Do the brains.
Berkshire County Retirement, this is the email I sent back to you guys. on December 26th for budgeting purposes. We have to send out to the other towns, Florida, Rowe, Savoy, and Monroe for their partisan billing. I won't get into the nitty-gritty of the numbers. You guys have the spreadsheets and you can look at that. I just wanted you to know that our assessment from Berkshire County Retirement, it did go down a little bit this year. We're around $243,600, and we will be billing out Florida $13,850.48, Rowe $10,551.87, Savoy $9,714.01, and Monroe is $837.85. Clarksburg Schools portion of that is $25,276.44, which leaves us a balance of $183,600 and $369.35. I know we went through it before, and I think it's important for the select board to understand that all the calculations behind it, and the Northern Berkshire School Union is part of that, because we're on the hook for their payroll. And we bill out each billing period for reimbursement, and their retirement obviously comes out of that, whoever is enrolled in Berkshire County Retirement and not MTRS.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make sure you guys were on board with me billing these out, and you reviewed the spreadsheets.
Yeah, no issues.
So from
Yeah.
there, I understand, I guess the logic behind it. It's a little complex.
No, it's all good. I make a motion to allow Kelly to issue the bills appropriately.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good. ARPA.
All right, under the ARPA funds.
I can handle that. Like everything was all over the place, but we're starting to get some stuff back together here. But I'm trying to sign into that website with a username and password. It's tough to get in. You have to have two forms of identification, but we'll be working on that. As for the other funds, with the, we've got that $20,000 that was appropriated off that grant for the generator.
Okay.
But he has gotten, I seen one for $50,000, one quote for $50,000 for Generac. We got 20 left in there, so.
Yeah.
Seems a bit extreme for.
It is. I was going to go after I get everything. I got so many other things, but once I got everything, I was gonna look at that and just put some feelers out there for the idea.
Yeah, I'd feel comfortable, I think, with re-soliciting for
Yeah.
new numbers.
Yeah, and other than that, we had the monies for the fire truck that went out, and things happened, but I had Kelly reissue, there's a bill for $23,000 to them? 29,000 to the fire department to pay the town back. That's all part of that grant money.
Yeah.
And they didn't sign off in time, so there was a penalty involved. And there's an overage of money that needs to come back here, basically.
Yeah.
So I asked her to send out a bill to them.
Because we have to have the final appropriations for the ARPA money by April, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Has there been any discussion, communications with Chip as of yet, or no? Bob's been good. He's been helping me along the way with different, but we have been in contact. So, Okay.
yeah.
Was there any pushback or possible delay on the returning of the funds?
Again, it's a shot in the dark, I think. The way my understanding was that they missed the deadline to sign off, and then there was a penalty that was assessed to the town, which was settled. I guess they reduced it from 10,000 down to 3,000. And then that's the balance of the money that's up there, so.
Yes, Chip's the one that made me aware of that. They were waiting on a bill from us when I talked.
Yeah, he was waiting for a bill
last month.
from the previous administrator, and he never got it, I guess, so.
Okay.
That's the problem, and so I'm just trying to recoup what I can.
It's understandable. No, we appreciate the
Once we get
effort.
into that account too, there might, with what our accounts have and what the system has, I think there has to be some tweaking, and I think a deadline to appropriate those funds was 31st of December, so hopefully we can reach out to them and get those two numbers to match.
Yeah.
And actually have the correct balance in those accounts. Because you might have more than the 25.
There may be, yeah.
If they allow you to use
Yeah.
it, with the explanation.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if we get some of that money back, we can maybe apply it towards the generator,
Yeah,
one of those things.
yeah.
Yes.
I don't think the funds need to be appropriated, that was for cities, the funds need to be committed
Yes,
by December 31st.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep working on that. and
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll
Yeah.
go from there with
Yeah.
it. Thank you for the update on that, Ron. All right, school roof update. I believe Bob,
No, me and Kelly went to the meeting the other day at the superintendent's office. They had basically a webinar pretty much. And, I know they had spoke about accelerated funds. And there's a program for windows and roofs with the accelerated program. The problem is the funds would not be released until the 29. So you're 5 years down the road. So we have a situation at the school that needs to be taken care of rather quickly. So my thought, and it's up to the board, but maybe we do a debt exclusion borrowing, but we'll put it on the ballot in April. I think April or May, right? May is election? Yeah, and let the people vote on it. Once we get the okay on it, move forward, then we'll go. We talked about funding today.
So I'm assuming if we have to do a debt exclusion, the state is not going to match the money that's.
No, and I, in the conversation I had with superintendent, there's a lot of things in that school that need attention. The bathrooms aren't handicap accessible. You got electrical issues in there. You got asbestos stuff. But the most important thing right now is to get that roof fixed. You can't have those kids and teachers in that environment. So basically, I could, you guys okay? I can put an RFP out just to get a price on the roof. Then it would go to a ballot question. And in all actuality, we talked about on that ballot question is to put it to the townspeople if they want a new school, if they want an accelerated program, or basically a debt exclusion borrowing. Because we need to come to a definitive moment here with this school, because it's been 5-6 years and nothing's been done because no one wants to make a decision. So I think if we put it as a ballot question to see what the townspeople want to do. But we have to do something for that roof. We can't leave it like that.
and I agree getting the, request for the bid out sooner than later, because we're gonna need to be able to get a contracting company scheduled, to catch it during the summertime, so, before they get, their schedules get booked up.
Yeah. And we also, just so you guys know, we talked about the reality of regionalization too. So that was brought up. So. But we have to make a decision either way. So either the town people want to invest in a long-term loan project, it's going to be totally up to them. But we can have informational meetings. I don't mind doing that. We can hold a couple informational meetings, make sure they have all the information they need. Like the last time I did that debt exclusion borrowing for the school and for the DPW, I showed the good, the bad, the ugly. We did a PowerPoint presentation, and I did a couple of them just to make sure everybody knows everything. So I want everybody to know everything, and nothing's going to be missed. So those are things we're going to do. We need to do something, though. We need to make decisions on things, I think.
No, I agree.
I agree 100%. I think lay everything out and see where the chips fall.
Just a question, because even if people vote they want a new school, let's pretend that actually happens. We still need to fix the roof because it can't.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So is the plan to get the RFP out there?
Yes.
Like next week?
Yes,
contingent
yes,
on
yeah,
everything
yeah.
with the schedule,
Yeah.
fixing it over the summer?
Correct.
And that's gonna be made clear to people, they're gonna be paying to fix a roof, and then if they want a new school, then they're gonna be paying for a new school.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. Well, we can't afford to wait 5 or 6 years.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
so unfortunately, we gotta deal with what we have in front of us. It's very, very important, so,
There's needs and wants, you gotta fix the needs right now.
yeah,
No, absolutely, that's is our top priority now, is to
yeah.
get that figured out.
Yeah, believe me, I'll be all over it. I think it's just, the longer that leaks and everything else, just you get mold issues and everything else, so,
Just pray nothing else breaks.
yeah. That's it on that.
All right. Moving on, the MVP and Safe Routes update.
Okay, we met with Berkshire Regional Planning last Thursday at the Senior Center. Everything's on track. They gave us some ideas on some different things. So we have another meeting planned for February 6th, I believe. But all the paperwork, everything's been signed off on, everything's where it needs to be. So it's just a design thing. We're bouncing ideas back and forth. The talk of they want to have a sidewalk going down through, crosswalk up into the senior center. We spoke about the parking area, what kind of material that we'd want for that. There's still a lot of planning, but it's moving. It's moving in the right direction. So.
Excellent.
Okay.
Perfect.
Update on grants, right?
Yep, that's
Okay.
you again, hey?
That's me again. Okay, so as I said, the MVP Four Corner grant is moving as it should. The BRIC grant, which is the Briggsville Water District, we had all the appropriate paperwork signed and back. So we're good there on everything. We took care of a lot of that today. Then also we've got that BRIC grant is three different things. It's there was a grant for the land acquisition for the tank where that house is.
Yep.
That needs to be taken down. And then what we were able to do, we were able to get a grant because they need matching money. So it was $140K. We got that. Berkshire Regional Planning got the grant for it, so it didn't cost anything.
Perfect.
So it's good. Let's see, tomorrow, we got the grant for the town master plan, $55,000. I have a teleconference at 10 with CJ from Berkshire Regional Planning. So, and that'll go over to, we'll have the planning board start the process. They want to be involved in this process, though. They're going to do about 90% of the work.
Yes.
Which is nice.
Which actually, in regards to that, we have to appoint a replacement for you on that board, correct?
Yeah, so what they'll do, they'll have to fill my thing at election day, because I had a 5-year term.
Okay.
Yeah, so Maryland's aware of that.
Okay.
Let's see, West Road Culvert, everything's done with that, signed off. I just sent a design, our points of interest over to Courtney today, because she's going to just put everything in. So we're good there. And then we also got that digital equity plan grant from Berkshire Regional Planning through Andrew McKeever. I talked with him today. That was for $56,000.
Okay.
And that's for internet up at the senior center, at the field, everything else.
Perfect.
Yeah, everything's going pretty good. So.
All right, excellent. All right, next up, Town Administrator Transition Update.
How's everything going? Smooth transition?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, it was a little challenging. There's a lot of things that were left undone, but we're getting there day by day. I drive the girls crazy because I ask a million questions. But, we're moving in the right direction. I think we're moving in the right direction. I moved the office from upstairs down. It's very set up nice. You have to take a look at it. It's got a nice conference table in there. It's clean and neat and orderly.
That's a good start.
So that's good. But there's a lot of things, I'm just getting myself comfortable with everything, But most important is take care of the things we need to take care of during that time, so we don't want to miss any deadlines or anything else like that. So, yeah, everything pretty much is going pretty good.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you for all your work so far, Ron.
Yeah.
All right, Town's OPED account. Kelly?
It's money related, it's you.
I just wanted to talk about it because it's been on our audit for multiple years, and we still have not had net zero done.
Right.
So I'm hoping that you guys will put it in the budget for FY '26.
Because the audit findings are severely underfunded, correct?
Yeah, and this really takes care of like a lot, like we have Berkshire County Retirement and we pay that assessment and things like that, but this comes down to like our health insurance and we pay 75% of those retirees. And I gave you a whole printout of really what the OPEB account is for and why it's important, and I just think we've been pushing it, the thing down the road for so long, and.
Do you have any projections of what you think it should be funded at, or no?
I don't, that's what this would come in, it might cost us about $5,000 in the budget, possibly, maybe more, maybe less, I really don't know how to budget for that. I did send out, an email, for, to see who to reach out to. I know at one point, a lot of towns actually got together, and I think it brought their costs down when they did the study for it, but I don't know if there's any other towns out there that
Still need to
don't
know.
have it set up yet.
Okay.
So I can always reach out to MCTA and put a feeler out, or just reach out to somebody to see how to get this completed for FY '26.
Yeah, obviously, we don't want it to be a continued issue on our audit, so
I agree with you.
whatever we gotta do to rectify the issue, I think we unfortunately gotta bite the bullet.
$500 into that account.
Yeah, $500 doesn't cover,
really do anything, so.
doesn't cover anything.
Okay. Absolutely, we'll definitely work on that for the budget for this year.
Doing good.
Free cash update and when the accountants are to close out FY '24.
I was talking with Donna yesterday. She'll have Schedule A completed next week. And I think she said 2 weeks, another couple of weeks, she'll have it wrapped up. We don't anticipate a lot of free cash. Our free cash is there's not gonna be a lot of free cash. Okay, so just something we're gonna have to deal with. But yeah, she says she'd hopefully have everything wrapped up in about 3 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
Excellent. Then we have FY '24 audit. I think that's it.
There's one more thing before she gets here. It's just KP Law increased their rate $10 an hour, effective July 1st. Okay, so it's going to be $2.40 an hour for 2:30.
That's actually not crazy.
So, audit.
I also reached out to Allison again because they completed our FY '23 audit. And once we close out '24, I was hoping that they would continue. And that's also who I reached out to about the OPEB account. So I'm hoping that that's also in the, I think it was in this budget, FY '24 to be completed. I'm hoping that moves along and we get an answer on that.
All right, excellent.
There's no apprehension from Addison to continue doing our audits, correct?
No.
Okay. I don't know if we're gonna have to look elsewhere.
I mean, if they don't have the time or in their schedule possibly, but.
Is there other local auditing firms that could handle it, like Smith
I'm
Watson
sure.
or one of those guys?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right.
All right. We're going to table the cost of living increase until next meeting. And then we're on to the budget update.
I don't think the
Finance committee
hasn't met
they
at
haven't
all.
started yet.
Yeah, we got something in from the library, and
I think people are also waiting on the cost of living.
yeah, they want to try to figure that
actually
into
have
their
that in their
calculations.
budget.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is review and or approve the used auto license for Tom Rotolo. As far as I know, there hasn't been any issues up there with this. I don't see any issue.
I think Tom's been a good neighbor and good local business, so make a motion to approve and renew the used auto license for Tom Rotolo.
All second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good. Public comments.
All right. I've seen that one. Any public comments? right, I don't see,
Got anything else? No.
don't see any minutes here today, so
No, I don't think so.
if we're all set.
Make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.